team, supporting each other, sharing successes and disappointments, learning from one another. Get a Be Better health plan from Beacon and get simple and affordable medical benefits so you can build a better team. Call 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt for more information.
Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
These have been tough times, and we could all use a helping hand to get through this period. GUT Credit Union gives you the opportunity to do just that without a worry. What are you looking forward to? A relaxing staycation? Brand new appliances or devices? Consolidating your debt to get more money in your pocket? Not a member? No worries. Come in and find out how you too can make the most of this offer. Or visit us today. Yes, you can have a brighter Christmas season with GUT Credit Union. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. In the headlines, opposition Senator Matthew Joseph accuses government of being penny-wise and pound-foolish. Labour Senator calls for accountability from government as questions remain over source of the funds used to repurchase Grenlec shares from WRB. The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission hosting consultations as a step towards the governing of Grenada's electricity sector. Tyrrell Bay Marina in Carriacou records massive increase in business despite COVID-19, while in Grenada, beach chair suppliers feel the impact. Trellona Charles joins us in studio.
Tonight in Around the Globe, our CAFA official says the region has dropped the ball for tourism and Guyana lags on securing payment for COVID-19 vaccines. In sports, regional cricketers test positive for COVID-19. The Sydney Sixers beat the Melbourne Stars in the Big Bash League, and we take a look at the Manchester City versus West Brom game.
Details right after this message.
Hi, I'm Francis Urias Peters. I'm a good listener, and K105 has always been a great source of education and entertainment. Now, while the station name may have changed over the years, it has always provided valuable information which enabled me as a playwright to document and to celebrate our history, our behavior, and our achievements. K105 is my choice. It's the national station.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. New opposition senator delivers maiden speech in the Senate laced with criticisms leveled against the ruling New National Party-led government. Cherry Ann Blackman Stephen reports.
Opposition Senator Matthew Joseph took a snipe at the New National Party-led administration in his maiden address in the Senate on Wednesday. Matthew concludes that there is a political deficit in Grenada that needs to be addressed. He accused the government of being penny-wise and pound-foolish on several issues of national importance.
It's coming in really fast. What we have to do now is damage control. Mr. President, the Grenlec issue, again, penny-wise, foolish. I'm not going to go into details because it's an issue on the table right now. I think we could have done much better there. Much, much better.
Touching on the issue of disrespect among the nation's youth, Senator Matthew highlighted instances where he points to disrespect from the leadership level.
I think it was in a sitting that the Jab was singing a particular song, saying this and saying that. The question is why? Why the disrespect? But, Mr. President, when the Prime Minister can go in a rally, Mr. President, and refer to people as Mako man and Mako woman, this is unpresidential. This is un-prime ministerial. This just doesn't have a place at that level. This does not have a place at that level, Mr. President. Mr. President, when we can refer to a male person as Aline, Mr. President, that's disrespect, Mr. President. This does not have any place. When we can say that what matters is paying WRB, not where the money comes from. This was said. Where are we going, Mr. President? Where are we going? We need to rebalance sense, Mr. President. We need to rebalance sense. It's me damn money, Mr. President. We need to take a look. We need to take a look, Mr. President.
As it relates to the government's plans for young people, Matthew said there needs to be serious intervention within the education system.
And the disconnect is becoming more and more disconnected. The youths, some of them are really frustrated. Why? Because they are not equipped. They are just not equipped. There seems to be no plan. If you are educating, what are you educating for? What are the possibilities? And if there are no possibilities, well then what? Well then what? The education demand is for this, but the education output is for this. We are teaching irrelevance in some cases, Mr. Speaker.
The Imani program, which is one of government's flagship initiatives, was also severely criticized. He said the program further demonstrates the failure of the education system.
Because of the failing educational system, and I said failing, and I mean it, 1812 CXCs, or whatever it is, very good. It's very good, but let's look overall. We have created what I call a headless chicken. That's the Imani. Why we have to take young people after a number of years of schooling and put them into our program? It means that something has to be fixed within our education system. Because we have two sets of schooling. We had one that produced somebody who can't fit, and now we're trying to create one to produce somebody who can fit.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
1 month after government repurchased WRB shares in Grenlec at the cost of $63 million, answers are still being sought over the details from the source of funds.
Labour Senator Andrew Lewis is calling for accountability from the government as he says itemized details about the actual source of the funds to purchase Grenlec shares from WRB still haven't been provided. During a press briefing that followed the purchase of the shares in December 2020, Finance Minister Gregory Bowen gave the assurance that the money did not come from any third party but from the government's financial sources, including the capital side of the 2020 budget.
All the parliamentary approval was already given for capital expenditure. Now, within the rules of the Public Finance Management Act, yes, you can move capital expenditure around. You cannot move capital into recurrent. Yes? So when you have some expenditure that should have been done on capital work, and because of the lockdown and things, it was not done, you have that allocation already approved by Cabinet and under the Act, by the Parliament. And under Parliamentary Approval Act, you can move from one capital project into another.
Senator Lewis says a breakdown of the allocation of the funds ought to be given to members of the state.
It has been advanced that these monies came from the consolidated fund, came from monies that we saved. Although we are yet to be given details, and we should be given details, as to where, so for instance, if it came from Project A, that we saved monies from because of COVID 2020, if 10 million came from there, we ought to know.
Lewis referenced where the question was raised about what will happen if the shares are offered to Grenadians yet all can't be purchased. He said the answer given on numerous occasions was that the government will be willing to consider selling shares to foreign interests for less than the cost paid for per share in cash, and the balance can be paid through kind, such as building a hospital. Lewis says this again brings to the fore the need to be privy to a true detailed source of the funds, questioning why it was so difficult for the details to be provided.
And that is why it is important, Mr. President, through you, to speak to my colleagues on the other side, to help us in our confidence, declare the detailed source of the funds, because he who pays the piper calls the tune. If there is a continued failure to itemize for us the source of the funds, and if at any stage in the not too distant future that there is some arrangement that some foreign entity purchases our shares and gain ownership or part ownership of Grenlick with a combination of cash and kind, meaning the building of something that we need, it may concretize in our mind the thought process as to whether or not the funds actually came from what has been advanced. And if it came from that which was budgeted, what is the difficulty? What is the difficulty, Mr. President?
Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
The Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, is now hosting a series of public consultations on regulatory instruments to govern Grenada's electricity sector. The consultation, which started early last year, was put on hold due to COVID-19. Rena Pear tells us more.
The consultations are necessary to garner public opinion, which will assist the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission in its goal of standardizing a sustainable and reliable electricity sector which boosts a fair and reasonable price of electricity. Acting Chief Executive Officer at the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, Dr. George Matthew, explains.
It's a whole comprehensive set of documents that needs to be addressed. And the urgency for it is that it is critical for ensuring that persons have that buy-in, or the buy-in to what it is that is going to be the rules and directives for guiding the sector. And it ensures that we as a independent regulatory body in Grenada for the sector is upholding transparency. And then we can now push forward our aspects of ensuring compliance. So when we say that the utility is not compliant, people would be very sure that what are the elements that we're referring to.
Despite the COVID-19 limitations, PURC is attempting to ensure maximum participation by using different venues island-wide and using various online platforms to facilitate the live broadcast of these sessions, including the Government Information Service Facebook page, to ensure that the sessions are accessible to a wide cross-section of the population. Matthew explains that the public consultation will cover 7 documents that will guide the electricity sector. The consultation will contribute to the final document that will be presented to the Ministry of Works and Public Utilities before being gazetted.
The idea is to have these recommendations being promulgated, or a final decision being made, and the promulgation of the regulations itself is being done by the minister. So we, as a commission, we would submit that final document to the Ministry of Public Utilities, and the minister would then consult with the document and have that appreciation of what is happening there, and then he would then promulgate this regulatory instrument for implementation for the guiding the sector. So after the promulgation of the regulatory instrument, then that is considered one of the legislative instruments for guiding the electricity sector. For the public consultations themselves, we have, and we will circulate and continue to do that, circulate via media and press releases information about the sessions. And we'd ask persons to indicate their willingness to be a part of these sessions. Via email, it's consultation@prc.gd. And once they indicate that they want to be a part of the session, then they will be considered to be one of the in-house persons.
The consultation starts in February and should be completed in late March 2021. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Boating and yachting in Carriacou are considered by many to be the backbone of the island's economy. While many businesses have suffered from the onslaught of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Tyrrell Bay Marina in Carriacou has been observing a massive increase in business. Trellona Charles has the details.
Yachting tourism is a growing part of the tourism industry in the Caribbean. The Tyrrell Bay Marina in Carriacou, which recorded over 1,000 yachts for the year 2020, has been the marina of choice for clients from all over the world who view the island as a safe haven for their yachts during the hurricane season. Owner of the marina, Jerome McQuilkin, is a Carriacou native who established the marina as a way to invest in his home. He said more boats have visited the island in the past year than ever before.
It's an area of growth, and I see more boats. I've seen more boats in Carriacou this year, whether it's because of COVID or because of the hurricanes you had up north over the last few years. I suspect it's a combination of both. But there have been more boats, more visiting boats here this year than I've ever seen.
With the closing of Grenada's borders in 2020 and no flights leaving the island, special protocols had to be developed with the Ministry of Health for arriving boats.
A boat would come down from north. They would arrive with 6 boats. 5 boats would be hauled out, and boat number 6 would take all the crew back up north. They had COVID tests before they arrived, so and when they arrived here, they would not mix with the general community. They weren't allowed to. They were simply allowed to bring their boat here. We would lift out the boat with the crew on board, chock them, prepare the boat for hurricane storage. Then they would leave the boat and go back onto the mother boat, which is taking everybody back.
McQuilkin said the effectiveness of the protocols in making Grenada one of the safest islands during the pandemic has a part to play in the industry's success.
I think the respective governments have done a good job in keeping the numbers low and by extension keeping the population safe. When you calculate and you're cautious and you have the right things in place and you have the right protocols and procedures in place, I think you take away a lot of luck and it becomes by design.
The expansion of the marina, scheduled to begin last year, has been put on hold as the importation of supplies is being affected by the pandemic. However, McQuilkin says as soon as the borders reopen fully, the marina's construction will resume. Trellona Charles, GBN News.
Great news for Carriacou. This is News at 7. Coming up, COVID-19 is pushing many people to find alternative means of employment, including the man who used to supply chairs to beachgoers. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Glow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
New year! More games and more money! Sunday, January 31st from 6 p.m. Get set for another massive online bingo! And this time you can win $10,000 US. 10,000 big ones. Tickets are $10 US. In Grenada, get your tickets at gotofed.com or box offices island-wide. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Tell your friends and family about all the fun and excitement online. And the best part is, you can play from the comfort of your own home. So what are you waiting for? Play Wacky Team Virtual Bingo! The new way to play bingo.
Imagine your day without having to wait in line, without having to write at every store, without touching the pen everyone else used, having your info exposed to everyone. Sounds great, huh? Well, it's possible. Here is Teta. With Teta, you download once, register once, and just scan to check in everywhere. No hassle, no forms, no hold up. Simple and easy. Teta lets you explore, discover new places, new products, and new experiences. What are you waiting for? Get Teta for free from your App Store today and enjoy contactless convenience.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road. 'Cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise. Together there's no limit to what we can do. With no wings, fly, rise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Rise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Now we can stay safe while at the same time reducing our budget to maintain a clean and safe environment at our home, school, office, church, or even on the bus. Fortune Foods has gone a long way to source premium products that are at least 30 to 50% less than other brands. That's right, 30 to 50% cheaper than other brands. We have a multi-purpose 80% strength liquid sanitizer for cleaning surfaces that is also safe on hands, as well as 70 to 75% gel sanitizers available in 1 gallon and smaller sizes. Plus, when you buy in bulk, you save even more. Right now, every dollar counts. Be wise. Sanitize with Fortune Foods' range of sanitizing products.
Distributed by Fortune Foods Company Limited, Tempe, St. George's. Telephone 435-2247.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Over the years, Grenada experienced a surge in tourism from January through April, when the weather in the U.S. and the U.K. is gloomiest. This generated a flow of financial income for tourist vendors and other small business owners. Due to the effects of COVID-19, this has changed, leaving many beaches empty and businesses on the verge of closure. More in this report.
What used to be a beach filled with locals and visitors at the peak of the tourism season is now just empty chairs with sun, sea and sand. As COVID-19 continues to rackle the tourism sector in Grenada, many businesses are left on the breadline. It's almost 1 year since Grenada first experienced an outbreak of COVID-19, which later resulted in flight restrictions and border closures. Michael James makes his living out of renting beach chairs to tourists who come to enjoy the beautiful Grandlands Beach throughout the season. He tells us how COVID-19 affects his livelihood.
I mean, it's very hard since after the COVID, and it's very difficult because we have no tourists coming in. We have no real visitors, so it's very difficult for us right now. We hardly get any help, except maybe on Saturday when the locals come down, we get a few, dollars. But after that, nothing really in the week. Usually when tourists in the week, we get a lot of, we get a little a little help. But since after that, after the tourism, nothing.
James says that normally at this time of the year, business is booming and all chairs will be occupied. Now, his boss can barely pay him.
It's real badly, it's real dead, and I can't see no light coming in, I can't see no light. Sometimes I go for $10 for the day. You wouldn't believe that. And it's very difficult to live on $10. I can't live on $10, Sometimes we get, you looked a few days ago, $20. That's what we make. That's what we have to go by. It's very hard for us. And if there's anything they can do to help us, I'll appreciate it, quite appreciate it.
Meanwhile, owner of Ambassador Chair Rental, Kenneth Frank, says in his 37 years of operation, this is really the hardest of times, but understands that what is happening is not just in Grenada, but throughout the world. He explains that he is now finding other ways to make a living.
It's gone right down now. It's gone right down. But you see, we all have to understand, it's all over the world. It's not only in Grenada. So we have to make use of it. We have to get up and get. We have to get up and do things. Like right now, you see, I'm trying to improve and do other things. I'm trying to put a bathroom and toilet and facilities there on the behalf of the government of Grenada. So people will come, because the volume of people that has been here. We don't have bathroom and toilet and stuff like that. So I want to do that so the people could get the facilities to use, on the behalf of the government. So, and that also go bring in a little money, $1, $2,
As we are still unsure when things would get back to normal, many hope that it will be soon. Standing right here on Grandlands Beach, I am Rena Pear reporting for GBN News.
The National Democratic Congress is asking the government to adopt the policy of putting people first as it solidifies its stance with the teachers and public workers. This support was further strengthened by opposition Senator Matthew Joseph during his contribution to the Senate on Wednesday. The former teacher says withholding teachers' monies can lead to a lack of motivation in the education system, which can place the island in jeopardy. We get more in this report.
In a statement issued, the NDC said it stands unwaveringly in solidarity with the workers of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique as they battle with the NMP-led government for their negotiated, justifiable 4% increase in salaries. It further implied that the suggestions taken or made in cabinet are not and should not be forced down the throats of citizens in the labor fraternity. During Wednesday's sitting of the Senate, opposition Senator Matthew Joseph, in his maiden speech, called on government to pay teachers their salary.
Mr. President, the docking of the salary. Mr. President, I've been a teacher for years. teachers always strike. We always withhold labor. Docking of salary might be a short-term comfort to some people.
Addressing the issue of teachers' salaries, being a former teacher himself, Joseph says if it was up to him, he would pay teachers their monies. He made the point on the basis that not being paid can lead to a lack of motivation in the education system, which can place the island in jeopardy.
If we decide, Mr. President, to quantify the damage done in terms of dollars and cents, with the docking of approximately $1.4 million, it might be $14 million, probably $20 million. To recover from that, Mr. President, it will take us about 30 years. Some teachers really have gone into, I don't want to say parts, but they are not motivated, Mr. President. And the impact out there is tremendous.
Senator Matthew Joseph received his credentials from Governor General Dame Cecile Lagonade last Thursday as the third senator to sit on the opposition side of the Senate. Former trade unionist Ray Roberts, during a recent GBN to the Point program, also appealed to government to pay teachers their...
I am saying to the government, in view of the scenario you created, you need to make good. And to make good, I think they should find the 4% and begin a new relationship that could be based on sincerity, not trickery. Too much trickery in Grenada these days.
I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
Comedian and creative visionary of Grenadian parentage, Amanda Seales, has been awarded the American Foundation for the University of West Indies' prestigious Caribbean Luminary Award. She now joins an elite group of former recipients, including Yvette Noel Shaw, Susan Taylor, Colin Powell, and Eric Holden Sr. The University of West Indies recognizes the huge impact that Seales has made in sparking conversations in the social and political landscape and putting them into social action. She will receive the 2021 Caribbean Luminary Award on February 21st, 2021. The Foundation's gala, a fundraising event for the scholarship programs of needy students in the University of the West Indies, is celebrated every February in conjunction with Black History Month. The event honors individuals who have made exemplary contributions to the national and global community. And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. The United States inauguration saw the swearing in of U.S. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Monday's Beyond the Headlines program discussed global politics in the American context. The conversation went to the fact that Vice President Harris is a woman of color who has a Caribbean parent, and the impact this can have on the Caribbean region as the new leadership takes office. Our online audience were quick to join the conversation. Lincoln said Biden and Harris will have too much domestic issues to take on, and they only have 2 years to act on their domestic agenda. The second 2 years is the presidential election campaign to 2024. They will have no time to take calls from Caribbean people inviting them to some song and dance event and to a dinner to eat jerk pork, jerk chicken, pilau, and oil down. Jose said, I think if we want to see a difference, we have to keep voting local councilmen and women from the Caribbean. It will make a difference. Leslie commented the Caribbean would be better off forging economic relations with China. Much more to gain. The Caribbean region remains in poverty even though the region is so close to the U.S. The best thing that the U.S. can do for the Caribbean is to lift the decades-long sanctions against Cuba. The embargo indirectly stifles the entire Caribbean economically and socially. Cuba has so much to offer the region in the area of education and healthcare. And Margaret commented the Caribbean needs to get rid of this notion that because Harris has some Caribbean roots that it's going to be a great day. U.S. foreign policy never changes regardless of which party is in power. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. As always, if you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
We always love to hear from you. Now we move from the thought process to the visual impact. It's time to take a peek through the GBN EyeSaw lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN EyeSaw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Rechanging the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's EyeSaw takes us back in time in the city of St. George as we feature some throwback photographs of the town. Some of these photos date back to 1930, over 90 years ago. They feature the Esplanade, Market Hill, the Carenage, Lower Lucas Street, among other roads and sites. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 4053052 or our other social media platforms.
Wow, it's amazing to see town back then. Still ahead, the GNCD to receive new technological equipment to assist the visual and hearing impaired. This is News at 7.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
What are you looking for? Top quality copy paper, linen paper, bond paper maybe, or lunch bags, maybe a gift set, or maybe you're just not sure. Then visit us today. K&R Bookstore. We are so much more than your regular bookstore. Visit us at the corner of Scotch and Young Street, or give us a call 420-5307 or 321-3500. K&R Bookstore. Convenience, quality, excellent prices.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, line, boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Your hard work, talent, and creativity, plus Flow, equals more ways to chase your dreams. Flow is connecting all of Grenada, from Point Salines to Hillsborough. with the most reliable connection on the island. So now everyone can work, study, and keep moving forward together. Visit discoverflow.co for more information.
As all strata of society adapt to online learning, provisions are being made to ensure that people who are visual and hearing impaired are not left behind. On Tuesday, government was on the receiving end of a donation of equipment to assist those with physical challenges. We get more in this report.
The Ministry of ICT was gifted with equipment from the International Telecommunications Union, fitted with next-generation speech engine and speech recognition to benefit people with sight and hearing impediments. This equipment will be presented to the Grenada Council for the Disabled. Program coordinator for the ITU, Sylvester Cadet, said they decided to collaborate with the Ministry of ICT based on the limited access to technology.
15% of the world's population live with disability, and this represents almost 1 billion people. And therefore, throughout the world, persons living with disabilities are already benefiting from the advantage of ICT-enabled applications. But there are significant equity gaps in use of ICT devices, as well as, of course, in terms of applications by persons with disabilities.
Regional Director of ITU, Cleveland Thomas, who is of Grenadian descent, said recognition must be given to people with disabilities.
We are very hopeful that through the program that we are lowering some of the barriers of technology, knowledge, and ensuring that the social community interaction will increase. We are very hopeful that through this program that there will be greater uptake of ICT and accessibility as it relates to education and training and business opportunities.
Minister for Social Development, Delma Thomas, spoke to the importance of this donation, which ensures no one is left behind.
We are really happy to be a part of this very special initiative that will provide greater access of knowledge and independence to persons living with disabilities in Grenada. Those devices will facilitate greater inclusion and accessibility to mainstream communication technologies.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, Finley Jeffrey, said this will have a positive impact on the disabled community.
We are very pleased to be at the receiving end of such a donation from the International Telecommunications Union of this equipment, and I am really sure that it would have a profound, a lasting, and a fundamental impact on the lives of the disabled community.
The International Telecommunications Union, ITU, is a specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for all matters related to information and communication. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Government says it will examine the possibility of providing additional relief support to the nation's taxi drivers, a category of persons particularly hard hit by the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. At a meeting Wednesday with the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, and two of his cabinet colleagues, executive members of the Grenada Taxi Association appealed for government support as they struggle to survive. The appeal was not simply for a handout, but for meaningful ways to help protect livelihoods, such as a moratorium from lending institutions and concessions for the purchase of buses to provide public transportation. The majority of taxi drivers have been without income since the pandemic reached our shores in March last year, halting cruise ship operations and significantly slowing stay-over arrivals. Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
Hey man. Well, man, that's you making that trip. Why doing all this more?
Things tight since COVID, you know. And Christmas coming, the toys to build, and my house and my car to repair, and the wife want to look with and what you want me to do?
I'm expected to do all that with mud.
Well, what you want me to do?
Why don't go down by communal? You don't have to pay them until January. They have 20,000 in giveaway giving away, and the interest rate low.
And listen to me, I try them orders and them people do who they want them on.
Well, watch, like you have more than your ass. Choose your loan at communal, giving you the money for what you want to do. It's a loan for you.
You know what? I'll give them a little try.
Listen. Where you going on this mud? You don't need it. Leave the mud, man. When you go down there, the rate's low. Low.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's minimum temperature, 23.5 degrees Celsius. The weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy with light to moderate showers, especially after midnight. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. That's definitely windy. Seas moderate, waves up to 8 feet in open water. A marine advisory remains in effect. Tides are low at 8 p.m. and high at 2 a.m. Let's take a look at the days ahead. On Thursday, the weather is expected to be mostly fair and windy with light to moderate morning showers. On Friday, mostly fair with light to moderate showers occasionally. And on Saturday, the weather is expected to be mostly fair and hazy. That's it for your weather forecast right here on GBN News.